Oh wow, that worked. That's probably the fastest I've ever been able to. I've done this so many times and it never goes well the first time.
Yeah, I did it once before and it worked out smoothly, but it was a little awkward. But for the most part, worked out.
All right, I'm gonna give it another like minute or so, see if anyone else is gonna join. Either way, it'll be saved, so I'll
Yeah, yeah,
post
yeah,
it
no
after the
problem.
fact. Yeah.
That's fine.
So how you been though?
I've been good. I mean, I've been good. Living
You're in
life, man.
you're in Miami, right?
Yeah, I'm in Miami.
How long
I
you
am
been there
back in
now?
Miami. I'm here 5 years. Five
Really?
years, which is crazy because I
Really?
didn't even think, yeah, I didn't even think I was gonna last 6 months. So it's very,
You just kind of have to do it. That's what kind of
yeah,
worked for me. You kind of have
e-
to do it, then it works out that way.
exactly. And if it, it's just once I was here, like 6 months passed, a year passed, and it just like kept rolling, and I was just like, okay, there's no turning back. And now that I say 5 years, I'm just like, wow,
Yeah,
I can't even imagine being anywhere else
it's
either.
your
So it's
life now.
insane.
It's turned into your life now.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right.
So,
Well, I'm gonna give another 30 seconds, and then we'll start with the interview.
okay, cool.
Mm.
How have you been though?
I've been good. Same stuff. Working,
Same
living,
style
Tampa. Can't complain.
with your little protege.
Yeah, yeah, little. I mean, he's
I need
bigger
to
than me
say,
at this point. He's
I mean,
huge.
you've always been kind of short, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
no, a
I was
little on the
kidding.
shorter side. I know. Yeah, I
I'm just messing with
mean,
you.
you were always like you've been the same height since you were like 10. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
I was the tall one of
yeah.
the group. Now, I mean,
Now
I
you're
still
not. Now it's fine. Now it's fine
now it's
actually.
okay. I mean, unless if I wear
Yeah,
heels, then I look like the
yeah,
giant that's in the room, but it's okay because I like it.
yeah.
I
You
like
were
being the tall
about
one
that.
too.
All right, let's start this up, man. People will start joining, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay.
First, I know you, but this is on live, and I have a lot of people on my page, and I'll repurpose this. So, first, tell me your name. Tell me about yourself, your background, and just kind of. I know your name is Haley Fit. So, what kind of got you into fitness to begin with?
Okay, so yeah, I'm Halie Cintron. I'm originally from Allentown, Pennsylvania. I am now in Miami. Just a little bit of my background. I've been a Division II basketball player and volleyball player. I've played sports basically not basically, literally my entire life. I started off as a gymnast, worked my way to a swimmer, basketball, track, cross country, you name it. I've also recently just had a boxing match in December. So yeah, so I do a little bit of everything. I graduated from East Stroudsburg University, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much an open book. Pretty simple there. But basically, what got me into fitness? I mean, if we're starting from like as a kid, I am the only athlete in my entire family. There is not like I don't come from like a throne of athletes or anything like that. I am the only one in my entire family still to this day. And I randomly just started doing gymnastics. My grandmother actually got me into it. And then we basically transitioned over to basketball. And then from there, I've just played. I've just been a natural athlete. I never had like that one-on-one training with anybody really growing up. It was always just whatever coach I got is what I got. And I had to basically work my butt off to kind of like make my way for myself. So that's basically where I started and kind of has transitioned to me and also humbled me into where I am today. So
Absolutely. Let's start with the boxing. So, first question: did you win?
yes, I did.
Did you win? Okay.
I
Awesome,
did win.
awesome. Do you plan on doing it again, or that's just something you want to kind of try
Honestly,
out?
so listen, honestly, I was planning on hopefully fighting again in July. I was supposed to
Oh
fight
wow.
in New
Okay.
Orleans at another event with Tequila Casadores. But because of the whole COVID thing, that basically didn't happen. So now everything is up in the air. And I was on a mission, but you know, you just kind of roll with life's punches. But I was on a mission to basically do that fight. And then I wanted to do one more amateur fight after that, kind of make it like a whole year of just my amateur fights. And then the following year, go pro, try a pro fight. But now that's all got put on hold. And it's very difficult because as a boxer and the way that you train, like you need a bag, you need to be in the gym, and then The boxing organization wasn't allowing anybody unless if they were pro or about to fight, like the UFC that usually recently just happened. Those were the only people that were allowed to train at the time. And so it's just up in limbo now. I do believe though, if I did get another opportunity sooner than later, I would absolutely do it, another fight, and then hopefully continue on with
Continue.
that. Yeah.
Okay, what was your motivation to? I know, like I said, I've known you forever. I know you've always been an
Yeah.
athlete. You did that. What made you kind of like, okay, let me try boxing? Was it you knew someone, or someone that kind of told you to, or you just like, fuck it,
So,
I want to fight someone. I mean,
well, I'm kind of, all right, I'm
naturally you whoop ass. Naturally,
yeah, all
I
right.
know
So
you.
listen,
So,
I've always been. I'm not I am an aggressive female. I'm the one that I don't mind being a little rough. I will wrestle. I will do all that kind of stuff. But it's crazy because the first time I ever hit a bag was one of my friend's girlfriends actually invited me with a group of her friends to just come to this free class. So I did it. I liked it. Then I started inviting some of my friends to kind of join this class. It was awesome, whatever. And then one of my friends came to me and was like, "Hey, there's this boxing event." And like even the trainers and stuff at the gym were like, "Oh, have you boxed before?" All this stuff. And I'm like, "No, I've never done anything." They're like, "Oh, you're really good." And because I've been an athlete, I kind of had that endurance build up. So then my friend introduced me to the Tequila Cazadores event that was going on. She's like, "I think you would be great at this. I think, this is something
now,
that you should
not
do."
not to cut you off. How long? When was this? How long ago did this
So
event kind
my
of
fight was in
transpire?
December, and we had
Okay.
basically 3.5 months to train. I would
Okay.
say 4 months, because if you were training for the like the tryout, because the tryout itself is insane. So if you were training for the thing, you were already training prior to that. So you're
Okay.
basically training for the tryout, and then you go. Well, when my friend introduced me to this, I literally was like, no. I literally told her no. I was like, I don't think getting punched in the face is gonna be fun. Like, I'm not like, no, I'm not doing it. And I just left it at that. She never brought it back up. She never said anything. She's like, well, I'm
Mm.
gonna try it. So, but I think you really should. And basically, like, you're missing out on an opportunity. And weeks passed, and it was 3 days prior to the actual tryout, like the last day that you could sign up. So I was like, I don't know what it was, but like I do these things where like I start to think deeper as to like, why am I not doing this? Like, I'm an athlete. I have the drive and the motivation to do it. So like, why am I not doing it? Because really, I'm not scared to get punched in the face. I know that sounds crazy,
No,
but I'm
I mean
not
that's
actually.
real. Yeah.
Yeah, like for real, I'm not scared to actually get punched in the face. So what am I really facing? You know what I'm saying? What am I really afraid of? Am I afraid of failure? Am I afraid of being humiliated? Or am I afraid of that I can't do it? Like, what is it that I'm afraid of? And so then I was at work one night, and I was just like, you want to know what? I'm going to sign up. And so I signed up. I didn't even think I was going to get, because that you have to go through an application process. And then from the application, then they will invite you will invite you to the tryout. But if you don't make it past that part, you don't even get invited to the tryout. So then I actually flew to Pennsylvania. And the day that I was flying back from Pennsylvania was the tryout. And 2 days before, they told me that I had gotten the tryout. So I was like, crap. I literally flew into Fort Lauderdale at like 9 in the morning, had to be on South Beach by 10:30.
I think I
And I still
remember
had to,
bits and pieces of your story when I followed you. So you were like up
yeah,
north, then out of nowhere you were down south
yeah. I
boxing or
had to
something
like
like that.
stop at my house real quick. I didn't have workout clothes. I didn't have anything. And then I just made it to the tryout by like the skin of my teeth. Like literally it was insane. And then yeah, we had the tryout. It was super tough, especially after coming off of a 2-hour flight. And then yeah, and then at the end of it, they literally right there in front of everybody choose the people that are going to be a part of it, and they chose me. So then from there, I
So
had
what
to.
was the tryout consist of? Because you're saying it was a tough boxing. What
So
was the
it was
actual tryout?
okay. I feel like they made. So I don't get me wrong. So we trained at South Beach Boxing, and I love them there. Don't get me wrong. Romeo is the man. But I swear that they just made the workout impossible. It was like an EMOM, so every minute on the minute, but it was like 15 burpees, 15 push-ups, and it was just, and if you didn't finish the whole thing, but it was like for like 25 minutes. And then if you didn't finish it, you had to just do burpees the entire time for that whole other minute. Does that make sense? Like if you
Yeah.
didn't finish everything within the circuit, then you had to go through and basically do burpees for the entire thing. And I'll be honest with you, I was working out at another gym, boxing and stuff like that, but I was just hitting a bag. So I didn't have like the endurance that I usually do have. And I also didn't train like everybody else because I signed up 3 days
3 days prior.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 days before the actual event. So I had to like I was winded. I was winded, and it was also a slap. I mean, it was also a wake up call for me though. I think it was the biggest wake up call for me as far as my fitness journey, because it was like, where have you been? Where have you
Yeah.
gone? Like,
Absolutely.
at what point did you get to get here? You know? So, and I think that's part of why I wanted to do it too, is because I knew that, yeah, I was playing up in basketball leagues and doing all these things, but I wasn't consistently training. And
Yeah.
that's like that's where I'm home. Like that's where I'm at my best. And I fell off with that. So this basically got me all completely back on track and just completely moving forward, and blessed to actually be a part of it completely.
So
So
obviously you made it through the tryout. How many people did they select in the tryout? Was it just you out of how many, or was it
no,
like
it
a
was
okay?
six. It was 5 guys and 5 girls.
Okay.
And then it ended up they picked like a couple of alternates, that just in case
Just
if
in case.
like people, said they could do it but they couldn't do it, or they got injured or anything like that, because I know like a couple of people had some knee injuries, or say if you get hit too hard or something, whatever, then they would have a replacement for you, because it's a 3 month span, so anything could happen. Especially when we're sparring. It's not You're not just standing there hitting a bag, you're actually getting hit. So
Absolutely. So I know we're not going to stick too much on the fighting aspect, but just
yeah.
real quick, what was the some of the difficulties you had preparing for the actual fight? Once you made the trial, you knew you could fight. You had to fight in 3 or so months. Was it more of a mental thing, or was it a physical thing, or what were the kind of difficulties that you
I
found
would
that?
say it was a little bit of everything. As far as mental goes, it's just you're learning something new, and you have to remember that like we didn't just spar anybody. Like we sparred Golden Gloves. I've sparred a professional woman fighter who is absolutely amazing, and she's like 6 foot tall. And like we're sparring like legit people, not just like these random Joe Schmoes on the street. And so we're getting our heads, like they're preparing us to get hit. And so there's times where you're just like you get mad, or you just like want to quit, but you know that that's not the way, or they're telling you to do something but you're like, but I'm getting punched at the same time, how am I supposed to do this,
Yeah.
um there's been times where like even just getting called out for like, you're late. I would have to say I work till 5 in the morning. So I would work till 5 in the morning, and then I would have to be at my workout at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m.
Wow. Okay.
So that was probably a very, very difficult part for me, as well as I work in the industry, like I bartend. So if I had an event or I had to work the night before or anything is going on, like that was super tough. But I just had to get myself into a routine and basically push myself through. And I didn't drink for 3.5 months. I made a lot of sacrifices. I ate super healthy. Like my goal was like, if people are coming out, if hundreds of people are coming out to this event,
Yeah.
I am not losing. Like, and I'm not losing because
Absolutely.
I wanted to drink alcohol and not
Yeah.
make weight. Because that was another thing. I had to make weight, and this is the first time in my life that I've ever really done a sport that required me to, and especially as a woman, lose weight and be. You get what I'm saying? So that was even like kind of like a little mental game for me, because I've never cared about my weight. I've always just been like kind of like had that fit build. So I was like, I
Yeah.
never had to really necessarily step on a scale and be within a certain range.
Okay.
So that was a challenge as well. But I mean, for the most part, once I cut out alcohol and making sure I'm eating healthy and consistently working out 5 days a week, sometimes six, that's when I was able to basically take off.
Now, how did this compare once you completed your 3.5, 4 months of training, then you fought, then you won, and you got your hand raised? How did that compare from any other accomplishments that you've had on athletic wise? Would you put that at the very top because it was something, or would you put that right? Where would you put that?
Honestly, I would put it at the absolute top. Yes.
Wow,
It's
okay.
the one I it just came at a perfect time in my life, honestly. And I've always played a team sport. So I always played
Yeah, that's
basketball.
the yeah.
It was always team oriented, or volleyball. It was always team oriented. Everything I did was always team oriented. No matter how good I was maybe as an individual player, it always came down to a team aspect. And so for me, this was individual. But I was also fighting other things. Like I wasn't only just fighting to win. I was fighting for myself. I was fighting for my own mental health. I was fighting, you get what I'm saying? Like to just be the best version of myself. So when you win something like that and you understand the sacrifice that you went through, the soreness, the tired, like the tired nights, everything and everything that you sacrificed to win, it's the best feeling by far. Especially
Absolutely.
when I said I didn't even want to do it,
Yeah. I
and I
mean
almost
I
missed
think you
an
definitely
amazing opportunity.
you definitely learned a lot about yourself. I feel like you learned a lot just from the whole process and knowing you can accomplish just about anything, especially that self-discipline from just having to work at 9 o'clock to training at 9 or 11. I mean, that
Yeah,
is, you
exactly.
definitely could learn a lot about yourself.
Exactly.
Now, now that we've gone from boxing, how has this whole quarantine been for you? How have you made adjustments? What have you learned about yourself and throughout this whole quarantine of being limited? I know Florida's not exactly doing the best with this whole quarantine, but overall, what have you kind of learned about yourself, or what adjustments have you made?
So, quarantine has, I know it sucks for a lot of people, but quarantine has been amazing for me.
I agree, actually.
It has honestly taken me to a whole nother level. I used to work in corporate America, and then I switched to working in the nightlife down in Miami because I wanted to open up and kind of start my own business and do my own thing within the fitness world. Now, I didn't know exactly how I wanted to do that, what direction I wanted to do that. Now, we get caught up in fast money. Like, you get what I'm saying? So
Yep.
when you get caught up in fast money, you're always like, yeah, I'll pick that up. Yeah, sure. If this person called me to work this event, yeah, no problem. And then I started getting distracted from what was really ultimately my goal, and where I wanted to go. So basically what ended up happening was was I wanted to stay consistent, especially because I didn't know how long at the time this was going to go on. If I was going to fight in July, I needed to
Yeah.
make sure that I was keeping myself up. So I just started posting like me still working out, but just at home. So then I had a couple of friends, like, oh, I want to work out with you. Is that okay? Whatever. Yeah, sure, no problem. Like, I think House Party had just came out, so I was doing like some
Yeah.
workouts on House Party. We were doing
Hmm.
that on Zoom. And then the next thing you know, I had like 15 people, 15 of my friends that I was just working out. And I don't know which one of them came to me, but somebody was like, "Why don't you like I have another friend, I have another friend, I have another." They're like, "Why don't you just open it up and kind of like make this like your online, like an online fitness program?" And I was just like, I don't know. I wanted to be like, you always want it to be perfect,
I
and
know.
essentially
Yeah,
you
I know.
can't always be perfect. Like you have to remember that you just gotta go. Like you just gotta do it. So I ended up coming up with the Mamacita program. The reasoning behind the name is because there are a lot of phenomenal moms that I've worked with. And they show up every single day, well, at 3 times a week, killing it and putting in the work. And all the ladies, like, they're always recommending people, bringing people. It's pretty awesome. So, yeah, so I started there, and I started the program online, and now I'm 3 months in, and it's grown up to 60 girls, and we're just continuing to move in like a real positive direction. And I mean, this is just one program, so now I'm working on a number of other programs in the background as well, um, just to hit on different aspects of things, because it's a 30-minute high intensity workout 3 times a week, as well as just like they're included into a group chat with other like-minded women, where we just talk about like our struggles. Some girls are like, I just don't have that energy today, or they're talking about their successes and they're sending in their progress pics and they're doing things like that. So it's just like an amazing group of women that have come together through my program that don't even know each other. I have girls from Georgia, I have girls from Florida, I have girls from Pennsylvania, I have girls from all over that have just come together and basically made it to what it is. And all that I did was basically just continue to work out and include them within what I'm doing. So
That's awesome. That's really good. So the Mamacita program, is it A full body workout,
So it
essentially.
depends on the day. It depends on the day. I have arms. It could be like Monday could be arms and abs. Wednesdays, booty, legs, and then Friday can be like full body, like straight cardio. We adjust as we go, and there's no weight required. So these ladies are doing this all with their own body weight, and really pushing themselves within that within their limits there. We modifications if they need it. So yeah.
So you did mention that. Is it so you have like group chat or a community? What exactly do you mean? That you have one group chat that all the ladies are in and they all kind of like
Yeah.
talk to each other that way?
Yeah, so basically we have a group chat where everybody will basically like talk about their struggles. Like I know some women are like, "Oh, I'm trying to lose 10 pounds," and then later on come back and they're like, I lost 10 pounds," or, "Oh, I found this recipe. Anybody have any recommendations on a recipe that involves salmon or involves lemon chicken or something like
Oh,
that?"
that's
And
cool.
so then we're sharing different recipes. Also people saying like their ass is on fire, or like their
Yeah.
legs hurt or they're sore, but they are super proud of themselves that they do it. At the end of every single workout, I always have a message for all of my ladies, because I'm all about like the mental health aspect of things, because you can't be great on your fitness journey and you won't be successful if you're holding on to like some negative energy or like negative light, and you kind of have to like let go of that and flip it, make it positive, and then you'll be more successful, I believe, within your workout experience. It won't be miserable. It's something that you'll look forward to. So I always have a message for my ladies after every single workout. So they'll sometimes respond like, your motivation is what pushed me through, or, thank you for the words. That's exactly what I needed to hear because I stepped on the scale today. And I mean, we go as far down to periods. We do all that. So
Yeah.
we talk about it all, and we keep it real. And I like that, especially because these ladies aren't scared to express, what they're going through, because we've all been there. And so there's other ladies that are going through it too. So they're like, "Yes, girl, I know," and it's just it's a
Yeah.
whole vibe,
I
it's just a
think
whole vibe.
honestly,
I
I
love it.
mean, I've talked to a lot of people that have programs. I've done different interviews. I think what makes yours pretty unique from what I'm gathering is that community aspect and that realness, genuine aspect that you really care and people do communicate and you've created an actual community through the program. And I think
Yeah.
that's what kind of really stands out to me based on your program. And I think that's the biggest thing, honestly. So I think
Yeah,
that's really good what you're doing for them because I think to have other like-minded people from all over the country and that separates you and that creates a sort of realness. And the fact that you give a message is super important as well.
Yeah, and the thing is that these women come from all different walks of life. You know what I mean? Like I have athletes, I have teammates that are a part of this program. I have girls that had just had a baby 10 months ago. I have some that don't have kids at all and are just trying to get back to where they've been. People that work night shift. Because I also have a private I've taken it as far as not just doing live workouts. I've also taken it to Instagram where they can actually access the Instagram workout for 24 hours. So those ladies that work night shift or work really early, like basically we have a policy where there is no excuses. Like there's no reason for anybody to not get it done. We all, most of these, not we all, I don't have kids, but most of these girls have kids. Most of these girls are doctorate programs and, only have that small window of time to get it done. So that's why I'm here. And also just with the quarantine in general, it helps so many people get moving because not a lot of people are comfortable going back to the gym yet, or
Yep.
some places still haven't even opened the gym.
Yep.
So it's just that I'm happy to be able to. I mean, I think God works in amazing ways, and timing is everything. And I think it just happened to happen at the right time for me.
Absolutely. Now I feel like I kind of know the answer because I off of this, but what is your favorite part of training people? Like your
On
favorite part, what's the most rewarding? What's your favorite part if you can put into a couple words of training people? Is it the
training.
results? Training people, yes.
Okay, so training, honestly, it's the relationships that I build with them. Um, just knowing, I mean, as much as we say, "Oh, I'm just working people out," like I have so many side conversations with these girls where I get to know them on a much deeper level. And I think the relationship, the influence, the impact, and the way that I'm able to help change their life is the most rewarding part of it all. I want to see them win. I want to see their results. That's obviously amazing. You get what I'm saying? But if I can not only just change you physically, but I can change your mindset mentally, and I can help you through a tough time or something like that, then that is the most rewarding thing at the end for me.
Absolutely. So quick question. What if people want to kind of do following your footsteps, what's the best tips you would give for that? If people want to kind of see where you started to now, because you've been pretty, like I said, you have 60 women, you have built a community, you have different programs. What advice would you give someone who wants to start out? Doesn't have to be fitness, but just starting out their own quote unquote business. What
Yeah.
best advice would you give?
I would definitely say, like, stop waiting. Don't wait. It's never gonna be the perfect time. So basically, go for it. Start networking, start connecting with people. Every single person that you come in contact with, you know, speak up, talk about the things that you're doing. You never know who's in the room that wants to invest in you or is on that same journey as you, and maybe you can connect and maybe they can relate. So make sure that you guys are doing that. And also make sure you surround yourself with like-minded people, because a lot of times we are unsuccessful because of the people that we have around us. So whether that's your relationship, whether that's family, whether that's friends, whether that's work even, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with a community that basically supports what you want to do and where you want to go. So those are probably my main points.
Okay. So obviously for this interview, I had to research your page. You have this plant protein that you've posted about. Can you kind of tell me what this is, what makes it different, and
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about it, please.
Yeah. So the Honest Plant is a peanut butter protein. They're coming out with more, but right now they have a peanut butter vegan plant-based protein. It is absolutely phenomenal. It comes with 23 grams of protein in it, as well as it's very low in calories, has vitamins and minerals, you name it, it's there, as well as the BCAA is already included, which a lot of times most proteins don't include that. They're actually, you just have to actually buy that separate. So it's absolutely, and it tastes so good. Like, that's the most important thing to me, is like, first off, the ingredients, obviously, but
Flavor.
second off, that the taste. Like, it's not chalky. Like, I literally had the protein that I had before I started with the Honest Plant. I had to use 2 scoops of protein, and anybody in the fitness world knows protein scoops are not little; they're
Yeah.
massive. So I would have to use 2 protein scoops in order to even get the 30 grams of protein that they were claiming you would get. It was super chalky. I didn't like it, and I just kind of just left it where it was. So this company is not only amazing at what they do as far as their protein, but they're also amazing as far as like what they want to do for the community, especially our hometown where we're from. They give back a lot. They're working on a lot of things in the background. So they're just, honestly, I couldn't be happier to be partnered with somebody. And if anybody is interested, I actually have it right here, so
Yeah.
you can see it.
What's the name of it? Actually,
The
that was gonna
Honest
be
Plan.
oh,
Here,
the
I'll put it
Honest
in
Plant.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, the Honest Plant. And so it's it has fat burners in it, like, you name it, it has it. It's phenomenal. And if anybody does want switch up their protein, or would like, something that's actually good for you and doesn't have all those additives and things that just are trash, you can also go to my Instagram page. I do have the link there that you can purchase from there as well. But I, yeah, I'm very happy to be working with them, and everything that they're doing is just phenomenal. They're thinking about their community of where they're from. They're thinking about the world and just making sure that it's, everybody's living healthier lifestyles. If you go to their website, they have free workout plans. They have free meal plans. They have the protein. They have merch. You name it, they're providing it for you. So it's pretty phenomenal.
That's awesome. So they're the honest. So if someone wants to purchase this or look into it, they can go on your Instagram page and you have a
Yep,
link
you can
right
go.
there
I
for it.
have the link. Yeah, I have the link in my bio. They can access it there. And then if you want to I also do have a promo code too to get 10% off. You can just
Okay.
use Halie C Fits, which is my IG name, just in the checkout, and then you'll get 10% off as well. And they also
Okay.
have vegan like like a cookbook too. So if anybody's trying to um, go into vegan lifestyle, it's a great place to start. So
Yeah, that's awesome. So we did talk about the Mamacita program. I don't know if you do or you don't. Is that your only program, or are you doing other programs as well?
So, right. Well, I do like personal training as well. So I'm
Okay.
working out. I work out a couple of other people just individually. And then as well at which I haven't promoted on my page yet. It's coming. But I am working on the background with a bunch of people just because I want to make sure that I'm doing a lot right now. So I want to make sure that everything, I know I said, everything's not going to be perfect. I know it won't be perfect, but I want to make sure that I'm getting everything in and people are getting the best version of me that they possibly can. So I have started working out people personally. I am doing the group training. I'm coming out with some challenges, as well as individual challenges and like rewards and stuff like that. So I'm working definitely a lot in the background.
Okay, awesome. So now that you've embarked on this fitness and your program, where, in an ideal situation, where would you like to be in 5 years? Do you want to have your own gym? Do you want to have your own, just working this full time? What would be your ideal situation 5 years from now?
Yeah, 5 years from now, this is what I would love to do full time. I would love to have a virtual studio as well as work personally. I'm if as of right now, my vision isn't to be in a gym. But if I go that direction, then I go that direction because I believe life takes us on, weird rides and stuff. But I would like to have a virtual studio. So I want to have a virtual studio where I'm able to hire people, have different classes online. I know that the internet is blowing up and online is like the new thing. I know that nobody can ever replace gyms, but especially within these next couple of years with this virus going on and everything else, I just feel like that's kind of the next move that I want to make personally. Also, life coaching, speaking, a successful fitness line. I'm also working on a clothing line. These are one of the shirts that are coming out shortly, as well as the success of the protein company, apps, books, you name it. I'm kind of like, I just want to tap
That's
into
awesome.
every single aspect of the fitness world that I possibly can, especially because I've lived it my entire life. Like, this is
Absolutely.
literally my entire life. No one, anybody who knows me, we're talking about football. Go Eagles, by the way. We're talking about basketball. We're talking about different things that are going on, baseball, you name it. And it's crazy that it's taking me this long to figure it out, but I've figured it out, and I'm super excited to be on this journey.
I've definitely seen your transformation just from years ago to now. I've seen you, and that's why I reached out to you. I wanted to have this conversation with you because I've seen
Yeah.
how good you've been doing and how things have just been booming more and more and more. So I want to definitely get you on for the interview. Now, you did
Yeah.
mention your clothing line.
Yes.
Do you have a name already, or is that just a
Yeah.
prototype,
So,
or what?
my clothing line that will be coming out is Euphoria. Okay.
Euphoria?
So basically, this line is made for, the go-getters, the hard working women out there. It's gonna be stylish. It's gonna be performance-based. It's gonna, take care of all the aspects that we women like to take care of. It's going to make us look good, feel good. Also, if you're just lounging, so this isn't something that you would only wear at the gym. Same thing with like the t-shirts. Like, this isn't just a t-shirt that I would just wear at the gym. I can wear it at the gym, or I can wear it out if I just want to be comfy and kind of go. So that's basically what Euphoria is based around, and tapping into all different body types, not just the athletic type or the super thin type. No, it's tapping into every single body type, finding beauty in every single person possible. So, and living unrestricted, healthy lifestyles. So that's the direction that we're going in. We still are in the background working on a lot of other things. But it's definitely making its way, and we're moving forward. So I'm super excited about it.
Awesome. Now, I have a question. But obviously, we're going to post this afterwards. If people want to get into contact with you, people want to sign up to the Mamacita program, or even one-on-one consultation, how can they do it? What's the best way to contact you?
You can contact me anywhere. You can contact me on Instagram. You can contact me on Facebook. Either one is absolutely fine if you're from another area. If not, you can always just call me. I mean, I don't know, I'm not gonna put my phone number out there, but just let me
Yeah.
know that you wanna, you wanna reach
Yeah.
out, and we can absolutely do that. If your friend is in the program and they wanna, just send them my number. We'll work it out. But yeah, you can reach out to me anyway. You can also reach out to me through email too. Anything, either is fine.
Okay, so before we finish up, I want to say thank you for getting on this interview. When we do get off this call, I need all your contact information, so I'm gonna make sure if anyone can reach you, they can follow you on Instagram. And real quick, what's your Instagram, Twitter, whatever things you got, what's the name of it? So if anyone
So
does
I'm
want to
trying to get
follow
on
you,
Twitter. I'm trying to get on Twitter, but I just can't do it. I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying.
I know I'm
There will
on
be
it.
a YouTube.
It's work though. It is work.
Yeah, it is. That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
so let me tell you guys too, the whole social media part of everything is brand new to me. I post on social media, but I'm learning. So
consistency. I've
yeah,
learned
it's
just
consist and it's
in
it's it's
any
a full-time
content.
job.
No, it
I
is,
give
and
it up to
in.
all the marketing people out there,
Mhm.
but I do my research, so I try to give out the best that I can. But yeah, you
So
can find
let's
me
yeah, Instagram,
at
Facebook, whatever else
yeah.
you got. TikTok if you have TikTok. What's all
Oh,
your
I do
names?
have
So if
TikTok, but
anyone,
I don't
okay,
post anything on it.
oh
So we're
well,
getting
so
there.
if
And
anyone wants
YouTube
to
too.
follow you and add you, where do they find you?
Yeah, Halie C Fits. Everything's gonna be Halie C Fits. So whether that's gonna be on YouTube, that's gonna be TikTok, that's gonna be Instagram. The Facebook is my name, so it's just Halie Cintron. But that I think that's all that I have. I have Twitter, but I don't necessarily use. So for right now, I would just say those four would be
Okay,
where you want to find me.
awesome. Well, Haley, thank you so much for getting on live with me. I'm gonna post this back up and then I'll make sure I tag you on it. Okay, but thank you
Okay,
so much.
awesome.
Thanks for having being on.
Yeah,
And
and
good
thank you
luck
for
with
having
everything.
me.
Keep in touch
Thanks.
and keep in touch. We'll collaborate in some type of way because I have some stuff going too. So we'll definitely talk.
Awesome. Awesome,
Thank
awesome,
you
awesome. I'm
so
super
much.
excited.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you.
you.
Have a good night. Thanks for coming
Yes,
on.
you too.
Bye.